Hello, welcome to the Esthering Podcast, Life in the Ozone, where what you've been through matters. I'm your host, Adrianne B. Jackson, ABJ, the Esthering Queen, and we've got some good stuff in store for you today. I have Miss Sidnie Jacobs-Allen right here with me, and we're going to make your night or day or evening or morning, if you're listening, a good one. So, Sydney, good to see you.
Hi,
I'm glad you're here.
good to see you. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm fine. How was your day?
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Because how was your day? Because this is the evening. It's at night, honey. It's at night, and
Yes,
we're yeah,
I-
okay,
yes. I got
making it
a lot done
happen.
today.
We're in the
Yes,
studio making it happen. Okay.
yes.
What is this? This
Good to
is
see
the
you again.
first. This is the 1st of May. Okay, and we
Yes,
out here in the studio at night making it happen. Making
yes.
it happen. So Sidnie Jacobs-Allen, Gen Excellence Podcaster. Okay.
That's me.
To get into it, I need you to go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am Sidnie Jacobs-Allen, and I'm the hostess of the GenXcellence Podcast, which recently started. Adrian was actually my first guest, so I'm very proud of that. We've become good friends. We are what did we say? We were like disciples of Mr. on our morning meetup,
Yes, up and morning
David
meet.
Shands. Yes,
Yes.
so yes, that's where we met at the podcast summit in Florida. So we've just been very close and we're going to make things happen together, right?
Okay. So you're trying to get ahead of yourself. I just want you to introduce yourself, but that's it. You introduce yourself. Should I move on with my next question? That's all you
Okay,
want to
go
tell
ahead.
the audience?
Okay. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, is that all you want to tell my lovely audience? When I said
Well,
introduce yourself, you did that, right? Or you got
I
more for
sure
us?
did, didn't
That's
I?
all you got for us right now.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. And then I wanted to ask you to tell me how we met, when and how we met.
Yes, like I said, we met at the podcast. Wasn't that the first podcast summit that Dave Shands had in Florida, in
That's the
Miami?
first
That
one.
was the first one.
I would not say that's the first, but that's the first one that we attended. Or I know it was the
Right.
first one
Yes.
I attended.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
the first
Yes.
one that I attended. I want to talk about that a little bit because that was my first time. Okay,
Right.
don't shame me. That was my first time in Miami, Florida. I was like, what? You trying to tell me I've been missing out? Because I love the beach. I love the heat. It's all that. I love
Yes.
the hot and humid heat that Miami was bringing. Okay,
Yes.
I love
It was
it. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. Well, I just like that. It makes me just feel like, I'm in the Caribbean somewhere. Yeah.
yes.
In the Caribbean, okay? That's what it made me feel like. So yeah, we met I'm trying to think of the year. What year was it?
Was
It
it
was 2023.
20? I think it's 2023, right?
Yeah, it was
Because
2023. And I
yes.
believe it was May. I think it was May of
No,
2023.
wasn't it like August?
Was it August? It's
Wasn't
mighty
it?
hot to be in
Uh,
Miami.
yeah. Wow.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember the month. I just know
Yeah,
it
I don't
was
remember the month. I don't know why I thought it was maybe June or July. I'm not sure. I thought it was really hot.
it was really hot. It was really hot. Yeah.
And you know what? It had to be after June because the children were out of school. My son was with me. So it couldn't have been in May because he wouldn't have been
Oh,
with me. Mhm. That's how I
wait.
know what's going on based on
Okay.
his life.
Why you think it was?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't tracking with that month. Okay,
Right.
so I do have some questions here for you. I do have some
Yeah.
questions
Let's get it
here
started.
for you. Because This is the Esthering Podcast, Life in the Ozone, where what you've been through matters. So I need for you to tell me and my lovely audience, what is it that you do or want to do?
What is it that I do? Oh boy, let's
Or
see.
want to do?
Ah, I do a lot. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. Um, I started in this little podcast area. I'm really excited about it. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I think I can't really say that I've been procrastinating, but I can say that I was gearing up for it. I had a lot of other things being busy in other areas, working and things like that took away a lot of my time, but now I feel like it's a now or never situation where I feel like if this is something that I'm going to do, that I should do it now. So I'm really excited. I really want to move forward and I'm just looking forward to great things.
All right, and I'm looking forward for great things for you because we in this together. We're gonna push each other and pull each other up together.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's our plan. So y'all gonna see a lot of us. And too, them ladies, Sidnie and Adrian, the
Yeah.
GenXcellence and the Esthering Podcast. Yeah, that's us. We're gonna be here. You know. So y'all get
Hmm.
funky. We might have to double team you. That's what will go down right here. Yeah. Because Sidnie also is a fellow Scorpion. Okay. Should I say a
Yes.
sister? Which a sister Scorpion? Because fellow Scorpion sounds like I'm trying to say like some kind of manly situation.
Yes.
She is a sister Scorpion. But I think you are in November, huh? Your birthday's in November?
Yes. I'm in November. When are you? Are you October?
I'm an October, honey. I'm an October
Yes.
Scorpio. I keep the party started. Okay.
So you get it started. Yes.
Party started.
I'm deep in the middle. I'm deep in the
I
middle.
get the
I'm at November.
party started October the
Right
26th.
in the middle.
It sounds sweet, don't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it is. Okay, so I have another question for you.
Yes.
Okay, because we're gonna get
Hmm.
some. We're gonna get some because it's life in the ozone where what you've been through matters. So, if you could have done anything differently in your life, what would that be, and why? First, what would that be?
Let's see. If
You
I
got
could have
I
done
mean,
anything,
I got a ton of things that I could have done differently. Just pick one.
of course.
You know what I mean?
I
What you want
think
to tell
that if I could
what
have done
you
anything
have
differently,
on.
I
I see
probably
you going through a whole lot right there. I see you going through a lot.
you
I
you see
see
I'm
you
over
going
here,
through.
Adrian. I'm trying. I'm really
Oh,
trying over here, like
are you
trying to.
are you in the hottest room in the house or what?
Oh my goodness! I know we don't have
Where's
our
the
air
water?
conditioning on
Where's the
just
water?
yet.
I wish I had some water. I could just splash it on
I
you.
know.
We need a splash. We need a
Okay.
splash
No,
with
we
water.
don't have the air on yet, so because
Why
it's
the
just the
building?
first
I mean,
of
it's turned off for
May.
some reason.
So yeah, I need something to fan myself. I
Give up and a glass of ice water.
I know, right? Oh God, I didn't realize, and I have like a little. Of course, now I
I
wouldn't know
guess
where the
it's
little
your
mini fan
nerves that
is,
make you get into the hot flash.
but I
We're gonna
have
call it the
no.
hot
I think
flash.
it's
Ladies and
actually
gentlemen, this
this
is what you
ring
call
light.
a hot flash.
You can see what's like. Oh my God.
If you ain't never seen one before, this
Oh
is it. This is
yes.
it. Okay, so just calm down. You gotta whoosh out the hot flash.
Tell
You
me
got just
about
like
it.
you
Oh,
gotta accept
I
it. You
got
gotta
some.
let
I'm
it
trying to
go.
fan with. No,
You gotta go like this. You gotta say. You gotta say.
that's a. Is that
uh,
a heavy hand or a
Just
heater?
rebuke it.
Oh,
Rebuke the hot.
I want to. Can you
Oh
just
my!
can you bring me something to fan myself with, like a piece of something?
You
I don't
need
know,
ice, darling. You need ice.
and some ice. Thank you. Okay.
Oh my!
So where were we? I'm gonna cool off.
We back,
Where were
y'all. We back. And we're gonna attempt to get our question answered again.
we? Okay.
All right. You see,
Whew.
you just gotta calm down.
Ah,
You good? Okay, so if you could have done anything differently in your life, what would that be?
Yes. Honestly, the only thing that I wish I could have done differently is I wish that I had started my family earlier, like my son, and I wish I would have had more than one child. I wish I would have had at least, even though, like, I don't know how my nerves would have taken it because one is enough, but I think two and three is good because for a child to be by it, himself is kind of like sad and lonely. Like when I was
It
younger, I
is.
had my
I'm an
sister.
only child, you know.
Yeah,
So
so my
I
son, like
always
he's
thought,
lonely.
as
Mhm.
speaking from an only
Right,
child's perspective, okay,
right,
I always thought I was gonna have my 8 kids. I was like, I'm gonna have. I love children anyway, you know. Look,
right,
okay, Esthering Queen. So I
right,
love children anyway.
right.
So I just knew it was like a no-brainer. I mean, I always babysitted everybody's kids when I was younger. You know, it was
Mhm,
always all good with me. It was never like a problem.
mhm, mhm.
So yeah, I could say that I would have if I had to answer this. Let me see what I would say if I had to answer this question. Hmm?
Okay.
If
Right.
I could have
Give
done
me something
anything differently in
fancy.
my life. Now, there's no only for me. I'm only going to give you
Okay.
one thing and tell you
Okay.
why. But
Okay.
so many things I would have done differently, so many times I made the choice that I wish I wouldn't have made. But I lived through it. What I do is stand by the choices that I make and keep on moving forward, you
Right.
know? So
Right.
the one that I'm going to discuss tonight, anything I could have done differently. Let me just come up with something. Okay. Here it is. And people may hate me for it. People may hate me
Okay.
for this. Um, because it is known that I am an Army veteran. I'm an
Right.
Army. Okay, but I joined the Navy first.
Okay. No, I
Look,
didn't know that.
yes. So I joined the Navy first, right? I joined the Navy
Right.
first, and then it's a long story. I'm going to make short.
Okay.
I joined the Navy first, went through everything to join the Navy, remembered those 6 general orders that the Navy have because the Army only has three. And the Navy, it's just like quote unquote is a higher intellectual level, right?
Okay.
And my
Mhm.
job as in the Navy was an air traffic controller. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So when
Mhm.
I initially joined the Navy, I had my head, neck, whatever you want to say, screwed on tight. I was all in.
Right.
And then the day I got ready to leave to go to my, Navy boot camp, they do the last weigh in, and then you get the last swear in. And
Right.
on that weigh in, I was 3 pounds overweight. Now the low down dirty dogs, and yeah, that's what I said. The low down dirty dogs could
What?
have wagered those 3 pounds. 3 pounds. I was at every family member's house the week before I left because you going into the military, everybody trying to feed you. As a matter of fact, I was even in Louisiana, you know.
Mhm.
So I was eating
Okay.
at everybody's house, and I was eating it good. It wasn't. Like, when I say 3 pounds overweight, that means I was weighing. Um, I don't want to lie. What was I? I might have been 138. Those 3 pounds. You see what I'm saying? It took me to 138. You know,
Right.
and they was tripping. That's what they was doing. They
That's
were tripping.
crazy.
But then you always got to
Okay.
realize there's always that measure of hate out there because my MOS, my military occupational specialty in the Navy, was an air traffic controller.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay, well, I'm not going
Right.
to say no more about it. But the bottom line is,
Right.
if I could have done
Thank you.
anything different, because it wasn't like they was taking it from me. They did not take it from me. I
Right.
I let the devil deceive me. Okay, because they didn't take it from me. They just told me you got to come back in 2 weeks with 3 pounds less. But then my feelings was hurt, and the people that I had already went through all the in processing with, they were walking out the door and getting on the bus to go to to boot camp, and now I got to stay back in 2 more weeks. and wait 2 more weeks, come back with my weight loss. I could go poop and be 3 pounds less. I was 18 years old. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, you can. Well, I
if
mean,
I could have done anything differently, what I would have done was waited those 2 more weeks and still went into the Navy. Okay.
oh,
And
so
my
you
life
what did
have been very different from there. I would have
so
been an
what
air
did you
traffic controller.
do? What did
Huh?
you do? What did you do, Adrian?
That very day they told me they didn't want to give me a waiver. They talking about some 2 weeks. Look, I got like this. I'm doing this because that's how I was feeling inside. Right? I said,
Right,
really? I didn't say, oh, really, because we talking about people in uniforms here. So
of course.
I didn't say, oh, really. I was like, mm. And
Stop.
matter of fact,
Okay.
I just was like crushed and like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Like getting ready to go to my mother and say, I'm not going today.
Yes.
I gotta wait 2 weeks. Let's just go home, right? And the little sly fox army guy posted up
Stop.
on
He
the
was
wall,
waiting for you.
posted
He
up
was
on
waiting.
the wall, say, hey, what's going on? You know, you
Stop.
could join the army. In fact, as a matter of fact, we'll give you more rank. And you don't even have to do 4 years. You only have to do 3 years. And I started saying, what? What? More rank? You
You
think you're gonna
gotta
get
be
more rank?
kidding me.
And then less time. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Bump them. Yeah, let's do it. Cause my feelings hurt. So that's why you never
Oh,
should do anything when you got your
they know
feelings
what
hurt.
they knew what they were
So
doing. He knew what he was doing.
well, they
Yeah.
didn't know what they was doing. That was the army
Well,
guy.
no, he
The
didn't.
army
They
guy
didn't
nothing to do
know,
with the
but
Navy guy. Trust that. Okay. He was just trying to do his thing. But it
exactly.
was a devil, okay, in disguise.
Right. Waiting.
So
Yes.
anyway, that was the thing, and that's my reason, and that's my why. And
Okay.
but it is what it is, and
I
you
know
never know.
yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on because I have another. No, I don't have any. That was my question. Um, and last, okay, I have one more thing for you, dear.
Okay.
One more thing for you. Where did? Oh, here it is. Because I love shining light on the future. I love shining light on the
Right.
future. So, can you tell me 3 hopes you have for the future?
Okay. Well, one hope. I'm a manifester. So I can truly say that there are certain things that I have manifested in my life. And I started manifesting as a child, really. So one of the things that I've been trying to, well, I haven't really been trying, but it's one of the things I would like to manifest. I have my dream home in my mind. And there's this meditation that I do where I'm sitting in my favorite chair in my dream home. And when I first walk in the door, like I have it visualized and everything, how it feels. I look down at my feet. I want to manifest this home.
That's
It's
beautiful. You
yes,
saying you want to manifest this home? You're manifesting it, right?
yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
already going
doing.
on. It's your
That's
hope.
what
It's your
I'm
dream,
doing. Right. And I
right?
have done
Okay,
it
so that's
on
one.
several occasions. So that's one thing. Um,
What about several occasions? Several occasions. What
what did you say?
you said something about several occasions.
Oh yes, I've manifested on several occasions. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story, and this is why I know
Now,
I can
wait. Now,
manifest.
see, 'cause let me let's rewind.
Okay,
Because you say you manifest. Now, manifest meaning happen is here.
I can give you an example of how I manifested in the past. Are you ready?
I'm confused because for me, do we need to look up the do we need to look up the definition of manifest? Okay,
Manifest
because
is
if you
to
manifested
meant
it has come to be.
past. Right. Yes.
Yeah,
So there are things. What I'm saying is that there are things that I
because you're
have
dreaming
manifested.
what you're doing. You're dreaming. That's your dream.
Right. Right. I have. In other words, we're saying like you're saying, what do I want to do? And I'm
The
telling you
question is,
that,
what are your hopes?
mm, right,
And
what are
your
my hopes?
hope
So
is
that's right. That's one of my hopes.
what
And
is one of
let
your
me see,
hopes? That that
my
that that
house
that 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 that, that dream of your home comes to
to
fruition.
pass.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that's one.
Okay. So
Let's see,
that's
another
one.
one.
Gone,
Right, that's
gone.
one. Another one. Let's see, what's another? What else did well, of course, I want to see my son grow up to be a successful man. You know,
Okay.
every parent, that is the dream of of a parent like you know, when you have a
Of course.
child, you
Yeah,
want to
because
see them be
your son is
independent.
young. Your son is young. Yeah.
Yes,
You're not, so it's not like he's
yes.
40 and you're saying, I
He's
want to see
14.
him grow up to be like my daughter.
No,
It's over.
right.
My daughter is
He's
40 something years
14.
old. It
Right.
happened. Okay.
Right. But she's independent. You know,
Oh
like
yeah, and a
her life
wonderful
is
person because of all things. I want her to have a good heart. I want her to be a good person. She's taking care of herself, and it's all good. She's doing good.
right.
She's doing good.
See, that's a dream of mine because my son is only 14. So, yes, I want to see him grow up healthy and to be successful and to be independent. That's another one of my hopes. You know, every parent has like a hope for their child. So,
Yes.
and some people like, I mean, I have
You have
friends
one
who
more.
have lost their children, you know.
True.
So, yeah,
Okay, you have one more hope.
one more hope. Let me see, what else do I hope? Girl,
Yeah.
I hope to lose 30 pounds
Okay.
naturally. I've been
Okay.
trying to lose 30
Okay.
pounds
Don't
for the
hate.
last,
Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Talk about
no, I know.
naturally.
I want to lose some weight. I want to, I really do. I would love, I was digging in the crates today and I was looking at my old pictures and I'm like, I want my old body back. Like, I really want to,
Well,
like, I want to, but I mean, it takes a lot. I want to get on a nice health. It's not like I don't know what it takes. I know what it takes, but I just
you
have
go
so
to the
much
gym.
other. Well, yeah, I go, but let me tell you, when I used to go, the things I used to do, of course, I can't do everything I used to do. I used to go to the gym. I had a whole regimen. I would take an aerobics class, ride the bike, do the treadmill, do some other weights all in one session, and swim.
I understand because I know I used to get it in.
Yes,
I was
that's what I'm
entertaining
saying.
myself. I had a good time. I used to have a good time in the gym.
Yes.
I
Now,
spent
if I
hours
go
and
to the
hours.
gym, yeah,
Huh?
I might. If I do the treadmill, girl, I'm after an hour, I'm like limping out of there. Like,
I know. Get me
so
off of
I'm
here.
like,
Stop this
if I do
monster.
a yoga class, I might take a yoga
Honey,
class and I'm all bent all up and I'm done. I'm like, and then sometime I'm so beat all up, I just go in there and I go to the sauna and just I'm like,
the
yeah, I'm
sauna.
losing
Oh,
fat.
how I long for the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
So
have a
I guess
gym, but
that's
we
it.
did
I
have
want
a
to just
sauna.
take off some weight, and it's for health reasons too. You know,
Yeah.
being
Oh, yeah.
overweight is. I mean, no
It don't
matter
matter
what,
how
even
it
though
come off,
people
it's
tell
gonna
you
come
you
off of
look
me, honey.
good,
Don't matter
mhm,
how it's gonna come off of me. Okay.
yeah, right. You like I don't care.
I'm here
No,
for
I'm
it. I'm here for it. I'm right
I'm
here on the
I'm here for
podcast
it
for
too.
you, for them.
I totally
I
get it.
for my people. We're gonna make
Right.
we gotta make it look right. Okay. Okay. Like I tell you, I'm gonna have my bags done. I'm gonna have my mouth done. It's gonna be everything they need me to be, and I'm gonna be
Oh, you
right
don't need to do
here
all that.
with
You really taking it too. You look good.
okay,
Please.
everything I need to be. Well, if I had three hopes,
Okay. Yes.
okay, now this is not my ultimate hope. These are just three hopes that we're gonna talk about. Okay, because I got a lot of
Okay.
hopes. I got a lot of things I
Okay.
could have did differently, and I got a lot of hopes. Okay,
Okay.
do you hear noise?
Oh, do you hear noise on my end? Because you know I had to put a little fan on in here. Do you hear
Oh,
that?
okay. I guess that's what I hear. Because I was like, do I?
Okay, it was so you see I'm not sweating anymore now. There's a fan. There's a fan
It's
on.
dried up.
Yeah.
Okay, I would. So my three hopes that I'm going to share today, which is a good hope, okay, and
Okay.
appropriate because this is the Esthering Podcast, Life in the Ozone, where what you've been through matters. So my first hope is that more people would adopt.
Oh,
Okay,
great. Okay. Okay.
okay, if not adopt. help raise foster children. More
Okay.
homes take them in, help raise foster children. Just show them love, because regardless if you adopt or not, kids just need to be loved. They need to feel like, I was still loved out here in this world, irregardless of whatever the circumstances is, because there's a lot of different circumstances of why a child is not raised by their parents, you know?
Right.
Okay,
Of
and I
course.
do hope now, this hope we all know might be a stretch, but I do hope for world peace. Okay. And then here's my big one:
Say it for the people in the back. Say it
world
for the
peace.
people in the back. Like,
World
please.
peace.
Yeah,
World peace, please.
yes,
Okay. So, and then my
that would
third
be
one,
nice.
I gave a lot of thought to this one, because I said, you know what, I need to say this. Um, I hope that all God fearing, when I have to say God fearing, I really want to just go to saved. Okay. I just want to just forget the God fearing, straight to saved. Okay. So I hope that all saved people know that God loves us all the same. Okay. Now,
Okay.
people who need to hear that and ponder on it, please ponder. Okay. But that's my
Right.
hopes right there. Those are my three. Those are my three. Okay.
It sounds good. I love
Those
it.
are my three. And
I
I
love
also
it.
wanted to mention, take this opportunity, this time, okay, to mention that my great coach, okay, her name is AD. She's the energy dealer. Okay. She call, AD is what we call her, and she's the energy dealer. She's my coach. Yeah, and she had just helped me out and gave me a list of some foster care services here in Atlanta that I could connect with, and I connected today. See, now it's acting up. It's acting up. It did so well, and I connected today with a society called Atlanta Angels. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I set up a call. They had it on the screen. I could just I went to online Atlanta Angels, and they allowed me to be able to set up calls. So I have a call coming up soon, and I mentioned them because if someone was interested in adopting or in foster care here in Atlanta, their Atlanta Angels can get you there. Okay, Atlanta Angels can help them be on their way, and then any other kind of any other way, fashion, or forms of volunteering or assisting or helping with foster care children.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Angels, and there's many more, and you're gonna hear me mentioning them, okay? And soon as I have
Okay.
my call, and we can, and it's a successful discussion of, and I can get some things out that I need to get out, information I need to receive. I'm gonna do a little fund drive for Atlanta Angels, because if nothing else, I can just help them do what they are doing once I understand, know, and hopefully can be able to see what that is.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now, yes. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. You'd have to ask me a question.
I asked you questions,
Yeah,
but
but you're
but,
like, okay,
but
what do
we.
I want to share? What do I want to share? I don't know. Bring up a topic. Bring up something that you're
Oh,
interested
well,
in
oh,
talking
okay.
about.
I got one more thing then. I got one more thing. Okay, I got one more thing. 'Cause,
Okay. All
we
right.
we've done great here. Okay, I got my one thing is so Gen Excellence.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Okay. So my age group, I'm a Gen Xer. And so my podcast is like, I think that, you know how they say everybody should stay in their lane. To me, I'm not trying to be a 20-year-old content creator. I'm not trying to be
Right.
anything but what I am. So what
I
I'm
love
doing
it.
is, since I'm Gen X, I'm staying in my lane. I'm interested in the things that are for me and for people in my age group. Um, Now that I'm older, I'm not doing the same things that I used to do when I was younger. So I'm just basically trying to build my whole podcast around my lifestyle, what I like, where I'm at in life. I'm not where I used to be. I'm not that young girl anymore looking, hanging out, having fun, which I love. Like, I mean, when I think about the past, I love it, but that's
Those
not what
days
I'm doing
are gone.
anymore. Those
Like I
days
said,
are
those days are gone. I can't even bring up enough gumption to be that young girl. I couldn't even
right.
imagine. It's the energy that you will not that you can't get
Oh,
back. It's the energy
right.
that you can't
Right.
get
But
that
it
energy.
was
I don't
fun.
care
But
how big you get. Okay, it ain't got
mhm,
nothing to do with being small. Okay, you're not going to get that energy
no,
back. Your life has passed through you, and now you're wherever you're at. Okay.
right. Right. And that's the thing. I like where I'm at. I'm not trying to
I love
be
where I'm at.
uh right. I'm trying to live my life right from where I am. Like I said, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. I have things I want to do. This is something that I've been wanting to do. I have my hobbies, and perhaps a hobby. What do they say? Like, something's not a hobby until you really start making money. So this is
A
what I
hobby?
want to do right now.
Is that what
Well,
they say
when
about the hobby?
that's what they say. Like, you're like, well, I'm doing
Something's
this and
not a
I'm doing
hobby
that.
until you
And
start
they're
making
like,
money.
you never heard that before?
I've never heard that before. A
You
hobby is
never heard
something
that
you do.
before
You
that you
don't do to make
love.
money,
Right.
huh?
But certain things that you can start off, they'll say, like, if you're like, oh, I'm doing a podcast, I'm doing whatever I'm
That's not
doing,
a hobby.
it could be. It could be a hobby.
I guess it could be. I mean, having a podcast, I guess it could be a hobby.
Right.
But I thought a hobby
But
was
when you
like,
start,
like I crochet. That's a hobby. You see what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
I play chess. That's a hobby, I
That's
think. Maybe it's
right,
not,
right.
but I crochet, even though I don't do it as
Okay.
much as I could. But that would be a hobby. I
Okay.
paint.
I cook. I cook. Well, I cook. I have to cook too, but I love to cook. So I don't
Okay.
know. Like, I used to bake. That was my little hobby when I was
You
baking.
used to do what?
That was a hobby. Hmm?
Baking?
Yes, I love to
Oh,
bake
baking. Okay.
cookies and cakes. Yeah. But
Okay.
also when I was baking, I was taking classes, and at the time I thought that it was going to become something where I was going to like really learn how to do it to make money, to make the fondant birthday cakes and stuff like that. So it was a hobby. It
You
just
said your
never.
hobby should be something you make money out of. Okay. I mean, it's just new to me. And then,
Yes.
so there goes that. Learn something every day. I just never heard people refer to a hobby as something that you should make money out of, but it does make
Oh, you're
sense.
saying, no, okay, let's use an example. You know how there are a lot of people who are rappers and they're
I
in the music
surrender.
industry, huh?
I said
They're in
it
the
makes.
music industry.
Go ahead.
Mhm. And they're like, yeah, I mean, they're in the studio, they're doing this and that. They want to really become the biggest rapper or whatever, and it's a hobby. But once you really hit
No,
it
it's
and
not
you're
a hobby for those
monetized,
people. Those people who are in the studios trying to make a record, they're trying to make some money. They're trying to make a record. They're not trying to like people like me. Okay, be back to the crochet. I'm
right?
crocheting. I'm not trying to make no money. I'm crocheting for the Christmas gifts. I'm crocheting for, you know, the kids, the newborn babies. You make a little blanket. I crocheted. That's what I do. Handmade something. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a hobby. Like that's my hobby. Or I crochet and give to newborn babies or so. You know what I'm saying? You could, it's like yourself, something you do. Maybe I'd say I always start for free.
Yeah, but I thank you. I'm glad you said that, for free. But like you said, it's something that you love. And now that
Yeah.
we went to that topic, I must say, like, I've always had very good jobs. I've
Yeah.
always, like, I even right out of high school, always had decent jobs. I worked on Wall Street. I worked
Me
at Bellevue
too.
Hospital in New York City. So I've always had decent jobs. But what I can
Okay.
say is, even though some of the jobs that I have had, some of them were just work. And then some of them were jobs that I really wanted to do. Like when I worked at Bellevue Hospital as a webmaster, I was just over the moon because that's something that I really wanted to do. However, I have had several jobs where I've worked for several years doing things that I really didn't really like to do, but it was
Oh,
just for the money and because of my responsibilities. Like I could say, like when I was younger and I lived with my mother, if I didn't like a job, I would quit. If I didn't like my boss, I would quit. I didn't have any bills to pay. So when you don't have bills to pay, overhead, you can do whatever you want to do. But when you have bills to pay and you have responsibilities and you're taking care of others, whether you like your job or not, you're going to go to that job. You're going to do that job, especially if the money is good. You're going to do what you have to do being an
right.
adult. But one thing I
Absolutely.
can say is with the podcasting, this is something that I enjoy. So it would
Okay.
be a beautiful thing for me to be able to monetize, to do something that I love for the next part of my life. That is a dream where I'm happy to come to work every day. I'm happy to see Adrian's beautiful face and we're laughing and we are
Oh
killing
yeah,
it.
that's how that's how I feel
That's what
about
I'm
it. That's
talking
how I feel about
about,
it.
lady.
There's nothing else for me but podcasting. No, I'm sorry. No, there's nothing else for
Yes.
me but to be a podcaster. That's and to get this whole podcasting world down pat. I want to just do it all.
And
And
see,
I
you
want to be
want
able
it.
to.
You want it.
I want to be able to get this roadie working. Look, I'm making noise. Get this roadie up and working and plug it up. I mean, it's
Yes.
just not that I can't do it. I just have not done it yet. You see what I'm saying? I haven't. I've been too busy trying to content create.
Mm,
You know,
okay.
too busy trying to do this, that, and the third. Like I got my little camera. Oh, sorry, y'all, with the noise. Got my little camera. Told you I got my little Sony. I call it Sony
Yeah.
XYZ. It's the Sony
That's
XYZ. No, it's not. It's the Sony
okay. Nice.
something ZV something. It does all the things. You know what I'm saying?
It's cute. Yeah, I see the little
I'm really doing something here. Okay, I got you, Sidney girl. Look, the cat. Oh, the
right.
cat ain't.
You see, so you got your toys and you just having a good
I
time
mean, but
and
the thing is, you gotta learn them, huh?
you
You
enjoy.
gotta
I
learn
know.
them. And it's not the big deal to learn that thing, but I got my situations. I got my all my what I
Okay.
think I need. At least I got my little.
Right.
You can't even can we see my microphones over here from the side?
Yeah, and you're
But
enjoying it. You're enjoying it. You're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying every moment of it. But my deal now is because this is the only thing that I am going to do is to figure out all these steps. And that's what's still the beauty of it is still I know that I'm making progress each and every day because I intend to monetize, you know.
Right.
And once
But there's something else that you mentioned too. Like you never really know where this journey is going to take you because one of the other aspects you mentioned about your estering is that you also are doing like those consultations where you're speaking to people. So you never know if that is the
through
avenue that
talking
you
to
might
it,
take off
oh
in.
yeah,
Hmm?
well, yeah, I do
See,
have
that's
that
what I'm saying. We never know where this journey is going to take
a
us.
income stream, right? That's something
Right.
I created as an income stream, you
Right.
know,
Now, how
because
about if you
it's
blow up and the
multiple
next thing you
income
know,
streams.
right, you're like Ayanna Van Zant, wanted all over the world, and they want you to come here and there, and now you're on the view, and like you never, like you got a
You
dream,
might be
that's
when
what I'm thinking. I'm like, listen, we don't
I
know,
think
like a dream, nobody could
I
kill
think
that. People can tell you
I think you
you're
went a
not going
bit
to
too
be
far.
anything, and you can't do this, and you can't do that,
I think
but
you just you
nobody can
spoke
stop you from
so much.
dreaming. You're not going to kill my dream. You might try to stop me, but you're not going to kill my dream. You can't do that. So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. You don't know where your dream could take you. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
know where I
talking about.
want it to take me. I know where I want my dream to take me. If that's what
Right?
we're
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
about here.
And I can't tell. Oh, Adrian, I don't know. I don't know if you could probably do that. It's never been done before. And
Well, I
listen,
know people, there's the naysayers, whether they say it to my face
yes,
or they think it,
behind your back, like no,
but I
that's right.
but I'm moving forward.
Thank
So
you. And
every
right.
week
And as
you're
long
gonna
as you're
see
moving forward,
But every week
that's
you're
the
gonna
main
see me.
thing.
Every Wednesday, I'm gonna release a podcast. And guess what?
Right.
This one is better than the last two. Okay. So if
Yes.
you've seen episode
Yeah.
1 and episode 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one
Yes.
definitely, I can tell from what we're doing right now, it's better
Mm-hmm.
than the last two. And so,
Right.
The next one is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be better than this, but I'm going to be getting better.
Where you going to, right, exactly. That's the whole thing. You're
You know
going
what
to
I
be
mean? Because
getting
this is good.
better, more
This is good.
comfortable,
I'm here
more,
with you.
right, more
I'm
polished,
here
more,
with you. So
yes,
this is good. So that's why I'm saying I don't know if it's going to be better, but it's definitely
it's going to
I'm
be
going to be
better.
better. That's the whole thing. I'm going to
Right.
be getting better. Um, we're going to see those little subscribers coming in. I told my coach, I said, no, 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 don't tell them about them first two because those was trash, right? I said, don't tell them about them first two. let me please let me make a good one. Let me do something that I at least can hold my head up a little bit about. And so I think this might be it. I think
Okay.
this might
Woo, got these little
I think this
allergies going on. Well, I
might.
know
So
one thing that can make us a little bit better.
huh?
I know
What you
one thing
say?
that can make us a little bit better
What is that?
if we
We might
start
as well
with
go
our
for it.
little.
We might as well go for it. What's that? What is that?
This is my water, but I'm going
Oh,
to
that's
drink
your
this
water
water.
because you got the right
Are we
glass.
moving on? Are we?
We are. We're gonna do it.
I have a
We're just
wine
gonna
glass.
bust out into it,
Are
okay?
we
Because I
really
was
going
gonna
to do
keep
it?
this for I was gonna keep this for something else, but we're gonna do this right now, right?
Are we
We're gonna do
now?
this
We
right
really
now
going to
because
do it?
you and I, we've been waiting for this moment to get together and then to have this special segment on our
Yes.
podcast, right? Something that we're gonna introduce. You're going to do it on your podcast, and I'm going to do it on my podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, drum roll,
Good.
we are going to have a wine segment. Whoop, 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 whoop. On
All
this wine,
right.
we will introduce new wines, a wine that I have never tasted, nor
Okay.
Sydney has never tasted. But
Right.
we've chosen the wine. I chose this wine. I
Adrian
do a
chose
little
this one.
I do a little bit. I
Okay.
do a little bit. I consider myself a very low level kind of
No,
connoisseur. Not that I'm drinking the low level wines.
that's the
Okay, I'm
wrong
just saying
word.
I'm
No, you
trying
got
to
to
be
say an
up there with the
amateur.
wine
You can't say
connoisseurs
low
or
level. You
the
have to say
wine
an
critics
amateur. An
or the
amateur.
renowned wine critics. I'm no Robert Parker. Okay, I'm no wine
Right.
enthusiast. Okay, but
Yes.
I
Well, you
might get
are
in
a
there.
wine
I might
enthusiast.
get.
You're an
I might get
enthusiast.
in
Okay.
I'm just talking
So
about they
let's go.
have renowned wine enthusiasts. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Whoop.
Yeah, I know I'm
You
a little
never
bit,
know.
sometimes I know a little bit more than a lot of other people. Okay. Because like,
Yes.
Robert Parker, Robert Parker? You don't know Robert Parker? Oh, don't look that way. Well, Robert
Oh.
Parker is a renowned wine critic.
Okay. So there you go.
Okay, and this particular wine, Robert Parker has given it a 92 points. Give it 92
Stop.
points.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
so this wine right here, where your wine at? Bring your wine to the
No,
table.
you introduce it.
Oh, I shall. Thank you.
Yes.
I
Go
have it
ahead.
right here. As a matter of fact, I've already uncorked mines
Oh, good. Mine's uncorked too.
because I wanted to uncork it because I wanted it to get some air. Not that it necessarily got a lot of air, but hold
Oh,
on, you guys. Just one
okay.
pinch. I'm not even going nowhere. I just gotta reach.
Okay. So it needed some air. Okay. And I'll drink my water during this time.
Ta-da! This is the wine that we are going to drink. Well, we're not going to drink it all, but we're going to taste today
Who's not? No.
right in front of you. Pestimus. It's a
Pessimist.
It's called the Pestimus. It's a red wine blend. Um, uh, Peso Robles
Oh,
2022. Okay. Peso Robles 2022 is from the Dow Vineyard of Peso Robles, California. Okay, it's 14.9 volume of alcohol.
oh,
This is how
great.
I get down, y'all. This is how I get down. Okay, this is when I go to the wine store. Okay, and I happen to be in Trader Joe's, so I'm in Trader Joe. Let me see if I can find me. This is how I do. That's what I'm saying to myself. Let me see if I can find me a good wine up in here. Something new because I know good
Right.
wine. Okay, and
Okay.
I'll be able to share that with you maybe on a list, but it's the new things that we're going through. We're going to go through, and both of us share today. So yeah, this pessimist that comes from the Peso Robles vineyard in
Right.
California. This particular vineyard dates back to the late 1700s. Okay. I'm
Wow.
just trying to think, this is what you got to know. This is what you got to get down with. Like, what's going on here?
Right.
Are
So
these people winemakers?
what is this? This is what?
This is
This
a red
is a
blend.
red
This is a
blend.
red blend. So the grape is not really. If you do have to do some research, they'll tell you about all the different grapes that's in it. But it's a red blend. I normally don't do red
Okay.
blend. For me, I normally like just give me that grape. You know what I'm saying? Give me that
Okay.
Chardonnay. Give me the grape that I like to taste how they did with that. But yeah.
Okay.
Robert Parker and this Jeb Dunnick. I don't know Jeb Dunnick so much, but I know you always see a JD, or if you see a RP, you know that Robert Parker, then it'll have a number next to it, 92, 91, whatever. So he's rating this stuff and he's good. Okay.
Okay. So are we having some?
Yeah, we are. You got glass?
Okay.
Let's get to glass.
Oh, okay. I'm ready. Okay.
You are ready. Okay.
You
Wait a
see,
minute. Wait a minute, Fast Eddie. Wait a minute, Fast Eddie.
listen.
Okay. So here's my glass, and I always get this little
Okay.
glass of wine when I treat
Okay. That's
myself to
cute.
wine, which is often. I
Okay.
um I still try to use a little glass because you know I'm always trying to discipline myself
Oh, great for you. That I like that
from
for you.
look from me. Like who am I disciplining
I
myself
like
from or for? From me,
I like that
from
for
me, for
you.
me. Okay,
Okay.
so
I
and I
think
have an
so.
aerator. I also have an aerator that I like to put in my wine that helps me even make my wine taste better.
Okay.
So it's called aerator. This is a kind of a cheap version of one.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
Let
Wow.
me
Where can I find one? I want one.
aerator. Just go to Amazon. Amazon got everything.
I
I was
sure
using
can.
my champagne topper on here. Look at my things falling.
Okay. So
We
cute.
are not doing
Okay.
that good. Okay, hold up.
All right. So I poured mine.
Okay, now. Okay,
Okay.
so right here, you poured yours.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
now pour my. Wait, hold on. Let me see that glass again. Let me see your glass of wine. Mercy. Okay, I think you might
Does
have
that tell
poured.
you a lot about me?
I think you might have poured. So tilt the glass.
You're like, oh, I
And
got this little glass because
so,
okay, that's
if you
good.
go to
I
a
like
restaurant, you
that.
buy something. They're not. If you go to a restaurant, you
Listen,
buy something. They're not going to give you much more than this, probably.
of course not. But
I
listen,
have.
when you say I'm gonna drink one glass, there you go. Okay. This is one glass.
Okay, not
All
one
right.
glass
So
of wine. That's one glass
let's
of white
cheers.
water. I can't afford to make no mess in here. Okay,
Okay.
where I'm at. Okay, so I'm being very careful.
All
I don't even know what
right.
I with this wine. Okay, let me put it over here. Okay, Sydney, did you
Okay.
taste it yet? Because
No,
I know
we're
you were
gonna
being.
we're gonna do a virtual toast. Right. Cheers. Cheers. Ding.
Here's to
Okay, come on.
prosperity
Yes.
and all things good
And manifestation.
and manifesting.
Drink. Come on. Go ahead,
Okay,
Adrian. Come on.
we were supposed to do the little the little S's and stuff, but
Oh,
that's okay.
oh, oh, right.
Yeah. Do go around and
No, look,
sniff it, smell it. It's a red blend for God's sake. This
it
is
does
it's
smell good. And one day I'm gonna, be able to tell you what notes I sniff. A little raspberry.
it's a red blend. Yeah, you can smell it. It does. A little oak.
Oh yes,
Don't you
yes.
smell the oak?
hmm I do smell oak. I do.
hmm Probably blackberry.
Mm. Yes,
Probably so nice and dark.
it's nice. It's good.
I don't know. I mean, somebody's going to tell us if we're doing right. Robert Parker. But anyway,
Cheers, girl. Yes, I
yeah,
like it.
they know.
Wise
But bottom
choice.
line is
I like it.
pessimist. It's good, huh? I would drink it again because trust me,
Yes, when I
there's some
went to
wine out
get
there you
it,
be like, poo. But huh?
when I went to get it from the store, I asked them for it, and they told me, "Oh, a lot of people like this wine." I said, "Oh, my girlfriend told me about it." So, yeah, so this is a very popular wine.
Mm-hmm. Easy on the
Yes,
palate.
it's now. What would you pair it with? We're not pairing today,
Chocolate.
but what'd you say? What'd you say?
Chocolate.
You know what? That's yeah, dark
Yeah.
chocolate, right?
Honey, I got
Dark
this
chocolate.
candy. I should have had my candy right here so I could show you because that is what.
Yes.
Okay, so I got this little candy. You get it from when I go to TJ Maxx and no, Home Good. No, is it Home Goods? Home Goods and TJ Maxx, either one. When I go there, I'm
Okay.
looking for the candy. I'm here for the candy. I'm here for the candy. So this was TJ
Okay.
Maxx. I'm here for the candy because I don't really do much else than TJ Maxx, but I am there for the candy. Okay.
Okay.
So there's this chocolate candy with the marshmallow and like a little cookie in it, like you're eating a s'mores. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's a bag full of little chuck of pieces of this cookie, marshmallow, caramel, and chocolate covered situation
Okay.
where you eat that and you sip on some of this wine and you'd be like you having a good time.
I like it. I like
It's a
it.
good one. And it's
Hello.
14.9 volume. That's a strong wine. So
That is.
when I look for a wine, first thing I'm looking for exactly that. It
Oh, are you
doesn't
like
have
I'm normally I usually my wines are like my I'll be honest. My favorite wine family is the Gallo wine collection. I'm a Gallo Moscato girl. And that wine is about like I think it's anywhere from like 9 to 11%
it's not strong.
alcohol. It's
Yeah.
not that strong. And that's
No.
okay. But this is good. This is
I
good.
want to say something else about this particular wine. Okay. And I'm sorry,
Okay.
I did not mean to interrupt you. But this,
Okay.
well, it's not necessarily this wine, but that's what this wine reminds me of also, because I am talking about the vineyard that this wine
Right.
comes from.
Right.
They began making wines there first for sacramental reasons. So it was more like church wine. You see?
Oh,
So
okay.
when you taste this, you kind of get that vibe coming from it too. Like if you can remember when they used to have the wine in church.
Well, I went to Catholic school, so we used to get it does taste like
You
that.
used
Come
to
to
get
think
it.
about the wine and the bread. Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
used
can
to
see
get
that.
it.
I can see that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So is
You
that
know,
what
I'm a
how the
little
vineyard
squishy.
started? They were making church wine, and then they started doing this. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they were using it for sacramental reasons.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All
I'm
right.
not saying why wine was created and made for at first, but I'm just saying what's going on. You
The
see,
body and blood of Christ. Mhm.
my screen is acting up. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see you.
But do you see my screen acting up?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. Because I'm trying to stop whatever's going on from going on here.
Oh, I don't see anything.
Okay, good. Well, as long as
Is
you
it
don't see
better?
nothing going on, it's good. But it's I told you my email is messing up. So like how if you try to send an email and it doesn't go out, and then it keeps telling you like try another server. You ever
Right.
had that happen to you?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this
Is-
comes up again. Okay. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it. We're drinking our wine and we're
yeah.
in
It's
and
not showing. Luckily, it's not showing up.
there's something else. There's something else.
Okay.
Okay, there's something else, not that. There's something else we're supposed to be doing here because this
Okay.
wind down segment has a name. Okay, see here, it just stopped doing all that tripping. This wind
Okay.
down segment has a name, and this wind down segment name is what did I say it was? Did I tell you? I shared it with you.
Today, the
Oh, it's supposed to be
you
wind down
tell
time. Oh, no wonder I can't
okay.
remember.
So we're
So
winding down.
it worked out perfectly because we started this thing late,
Yes. Yes.
and
This is a good wind down.
so late that so late that I couldn't even keep this wine segment only for my Patreon because I wanted to just have my wine down time for the Patreon. In the future,
Right.
my wine segments will be only available on my Patreon.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna have to send
Yeah.
you on over there if you guys want to get the the easy conversation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to get this wine down conversation, and if you want to just know about these wines that we're tasting, that you might just want to go out there and buy, because I got mine at Trader Joe's. Where did you get yours from?
Oh, where did I get the wine warehouse in New
Okay,
Jersey? They have
Wine Warehouse
everything
in
in there.
Jersey.
The
Okay,
wine warehouse.
yeah, I got mine
Yes.
at the Trader Joe's here in Midtown
Okay.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Shall
Mm.
we sip?
Yes. Virtual toast, girl.
Ding, and it is good. I'm gonna enjoy that wine.
It
I'm going to
is.
enjoy
Mm. It's refreshing.
and
It's
don't
very
refuse
relaxing. Oh no. You know
Okay,
what? I had to learn that. My little sister told me because
not
I
red
was,
wine.
you know,
Don't refuse the red
no,
wine.
she's like, you don't put ice in red wine. Like,
Ice. Yeah, there's people who do the ice thing, and I don't understand what that's all about.
you know, and you
But
don't, I didn't know that you don't refrigerate red wines
yeah,
either.
it's not to be served cold
Cold. Yeah,
unless you're
I know that.
drinking sangria.
Oh yeah, I love sangria. Well, that's
You see what I'm
different.
saying? It
Yeah.
looks red, but you can get white sangria too.
But speaking of wines, I used to work for years ago. I used to work for this wealthy man. His name was Christian Bogner, and he had a vineyard.
Why are you calling that man's
And
name, girl? You might want to redact that.
so okay, you probably could,
That's
but
what see. That's the
he
reason why your
no,
glass should
his
have
name
been
he's public. He's a public figure. It's not like
okay. Well, then go
he's
ahead.
on the internet. He's on the internet. So it's
On
not
the
like he's
internet, you
hidden.
had to do that. You had to do that.
He's on the
Mhm.
internet. So he had a vineyard. And so for Christmas, he would give us a whole crate of wines that they made
Oh,
from
and
the
another
vineyard.
thing. Okay. Can I say one thing before you do that?
Sure.
Before you get into that, don't please hold that thought. You
Oh,
younger than me.
that was it. I'm not going to go all into it. But
No,
yeah,
no,
I was
okay.
just thinking, you
Oh,
made me
okay.
think about the vineyard,
Okay.
my
I just
vineyard
all I want
wine.
to say was, and make sure you're not touching the wine in the glass. To always hold it by the stem.
Oh, like so.
Don't do this, because then you're wrong.
Oh, oh.
This
So
is what
like
you
I
always want to do.
this is how I'm not
That's the
holding
wrong
it.
answer right
This
there. Mhm.
listen, this is how I'm not holding it,
No.
but this is
That's not
how
how it should ever be. That's not
this
how it
is
should
how
ever
I'm
be held.
holding it. Right.
You're right.
So this is how I'm holding it
Yeah, you don't
with
have to
my
have your
pinky
pinky out, but
up.
okay.
Well, I am. My pinky's up because I'm a. I'm,
You're a pinkier. Okay, whatever. You do your thing, girl. It is definitely a delightful wine, and I definitely wish I had that little piece of chocolate in here. Next time I will, but next time you're gonna have to be on my Patreon, baby, because you're not gonna get all this good free wine advice from me. You're gonna have,
I'll be there.
yeah, because it's gonna be so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and
So I
maybe we'll
appreciate
even
it.
try more than
For
one wine. That's when we would have done too much. We tried two, No,
Yeah, because
maybe.
maybe we could do a red and a white. How about that? Like maybe one time.
I'm good
Because
because I don't need
I
to
love
in
red
both
wines.
bottles because there's only me in here. Okay, who's drinking it?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because
We'll
I
stick
don't.
to one.
Yeah, we stick to one. We stick to one. 'Cause
Okay.
one thing wine does do is get flat. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you do wanna have a good um topper that will
Okay.
seal it in. That's why I had this champagne one on top of it, but I still think that it was really I shouldn't have used the champagne topper because
Okay.
it is really for a champagne bottle, which is probably a little bit bigger than that one
Yes, I know.
or
Well, I'm
smaller or something.
my
It didn't
bottle.
give me a good seal.
Mhm. I'm going to drink this wine. Tomorrow's Friday, so this wine won't stick around long
Yeah,
enough to
well,
be
yeah, and you
fresh.
have a spouse, so y'all could ding
Twirl
toast.
it. We can twirl and drink.
I can
Twirl and
twirl
drink.
that joker.
You too much.
You have to twirl it. So that's pessimist. Pessimist.
Yes.
Nice red blend wine. I can't remember how much it cost. How much did it cost? Like
Girl, I
20
don't
something
know.
dollars, right?
It was
It
I
was 20
guess
something dollars. Now it wasn't, it's not,
something like that.
it wasn't the cheap pull.
Listen, it wasn't my gallo. Like I said, I'm like, oh, okay, Adrian, this better be good.
14.9, honey. The price goes up. Okay.
Yeah,
Today's price is not
I
yesterday's price.
don't get me started, girl. I said messing
Yeah,
around with Adrian. I
14.9, honey. Yeah,
No, it's
you
good. I
already
said,
know.
well, that's
But
another
it's
thing
like
too,
maybe 20
because
something.
that's fine. Because I go into when you go into these
Definitely under
wine
30. It wasn't
stores,
30.
they they have all this wine, and it's like, how do you go into a wine store with all these wines from all over the world, Africa, Australia, and you go get the same bottle of
Well,
wine
see,
over and over again?
that's why
Right,
traveling is so great. Traveling is so great
right,
because when you travel to, say, Spain or
right,
any other place, right? And you taste their wines, and then okay, so Spain got good wine. Okay, so
right,
you go, yes. So you
right,
know that if the wine come from Spain, yeah, that's some good wine, and if you tasted that wine, then you like it because all the grapes.
right.
Okay.
So, how did you get started with your wine enthusiasm, like learn about it and stuff like that? Because you've been teaching me a lot that I
Because
didn't
I was
even know.
never a big drinker. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was never a big drinker. It was that army life. Okay, that army life make you do everything.
Okay.
I was never a big drinker. Okay. Army started me smoking cigarettes. I started smoking
Oh,
cigarettes when I was in the army because it was like
thank
only
you.
people who look. In my day, the only people who got breaks was the cigarette smokers.
Stop. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
everybody
yeah,
else,
so they
you
out
ain't
there
smoking no
taking a
cigarettes. They be
break.
like, you
So
keep going, you
I
don't need no
definitely
break.
start
You don't
smoking.
smoke no cigarette. So if you smoke
Right.
cigarettes, you got a break. And I was like, well, give me a puff. I'm taking a
Right.
break too.
So, that's
Okay, I
ridiculous.
hold a cigarette in my hand, but I'm out here. Okay.
Yeah, you out there like, yeah, I'm taking my break
And those
too.
people who know, it was like, if you know, you know. Okay. And it was
Right.
true. Yeah, I was out there
Okay.
even in basic training. You know what I mean? This is 1982. It's Army,
Okay.
1982. And the only people who got a break was a cigarette smoker. And them drill sergeants, they was cigarette smokers, okay? Because they was already been
Okay.
in the army for however long
Right.
and stressed out. Not stressed out, but just stressed out because the army does that. It's long days and hard nights and all that kind of stuff. And
Right.
yeah, they smoke. Back in the 80s,
Hmm.
a lot of people smoked.
Of course
Smoking was
they
like,
did. I mean, that
back in
was
the
like
80s,
the
you could smoke
culture
on an
too.
airplane. Look,
I think
back in
I
the
need to
80s, you
get
could
that
smoke on the aeroplane.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine that.
Could you imagine that? I mean, it was a thing.
And no, they
And you
remember
were
they
suffering,
were
they were
smoking in
killing people. They were
office.
killing people. They was
And did you
killing
see
people.
back in
You
the
see the
day,
ashtray
they
was
used to have
on the little
alcohol in the
handrail.
office? Remember they used to have
I
bars in
used
the
to smoke in
office?
I remember I used to have to I'm at parade rest and people the big old nasty ashtray right there, breathing and smelling and ashes, garbage. This is
See,
nasty.
you would have to be Generation X or before to know that. Because they stopped all that craziness.
Yeah, they
Smoking and
stopped
drinking in the
all that.
office and stuff.
And people
Yes,
was
all that
mad.
stuff.
Like, what? Smoke 50 feet from the door? Are you kidding me?
Right. You better get out of here with all
Go
that smoke
outside. You
killing
can go
people
outside
with
and
sickening
then you
smoke.
have to go 50 feet from the door. Because they used to go outside and then still stay right by the door and smoke. You're not helping.
Right. And blow the smoke back in the office. Right. We used to
I
have a
hate this.
boss I used to work with who
This
was a chain
changed my
smoker.
whole situation. What happened?
I used to work at this company where our boss was a chain smoker, and he would smoke cigarette after cigarette right in the office. We sitting in there dying along with him.
He was definitely killing y'all.
Generation X.
He was definitely
Generation.
trying. He was definitely trying.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a mess. Yes.
Okay, so
So
I think we
I
have
appreciate
done
my time.
enough, and I loved the wine tasting.
Yes, very good.
It was very good.
Thank
See?
you.
So the next
Yeah.
time, Sydney,
Yes.
look, I hate to say this. I don't know who's going to pick the wine. Just let me keep picking the wine.
All right. Look at
I don't have to keep picking it. But we're going to let
no, you
you
good.
pick maybe
No.
maybe by the fourth time.
All
Because I want
right.
you to be a good picker. Okay?
I'm
Because when you pick
flexible
in the
like
wine, I want you to understand you never, this is 2025. So that's why this wine is also good. This is
okay.
2025, right? This year we're in.
Right.
This wine is a 2022. So you never want to pick a year that's current. Like you get the bottle and the bottle is 2025 and this is 2025.
Stop.
They might have got you some water out the toilet.
Listen,
What is this?
it hasn't had time to age,
It
right?
might be some toilet
I know
water.
that.
Okay.
Okay. So listen,
So
this is what we'll do. You'll pick the wine, but since I'm learning, I'll pair it with something. Since I love to cook, maybe I'll pair it with some food or some cheese or something. How about that?
some
Or some
cheese.
fruit.
Yeah. Next time we'll have cheese for sure.
Okay.
I got
There
some
you go. Look at
cheese.
you getting excited when I said cheese. I knew that was going to get you.
Yes, honey, because I'm a cheese girl too.
But
I
listen,
think
I'm
life
doing
is
this.
simple. I
I'm
try to
doing
get
the
the joy
cheese.
out of the simple things.
I'm doing the cheese though, just to let you know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're doing the cheese though. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm here because I like. Yeah, you choose the cheese. I haven't never had the cheese. I can definitely just tell you what I think about it.
Okay.
So you thought that
All
was a
right.
pleasing wine. We're gonna give this. We're gonna be giving ratings. All right. We just
Oh
came up
wow.
with
Okay. Okay. So
so
I
from one to
okay.
five.
Okay. From 1 to 5, I definitely
Yeah.
give it a 5. I give it a 5, and I'll tell you why I give it a 5. No bad
We gotta leave room
aftertaste.
for the next wines.
No, it's a 5. It's
Okay, so
good.
five. Okay, well, we're going to say Sydney, your rating is a five, and I'm going to give a rating too.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you why I give it a 5. I give it a 5 because there's no bad aftertaste. It's very smooth.
It
It's
is.
full body, right? It has this great aroma, and I like how I'm feeling. Like I'm settled, relaxed,
Yeah,
and I'm cool. So I
and it
like.
was one glass. Well, your glass
Mhm.
may be two,
Yeah,
but yeah.
right. I like that. Yeah,
Your
I'm
glass
good.
may be a little over
That's why.
one.
Right now, you tell me what do you think?
What would I give it out of? If I had to give it, I'll give
One
it
to
a.
five.
I'll give it. I just give it a four. I'm just
Okay.
going to give it a
All
four.
right.
Okay,
Okay. So you tell
maybe
me
a
since.
4.35.
So why don't you give it a 5?
I said 4.35 because it ain't Camus. Okay. It's not Juan Gill. Okay. It's just that I've tasted so many. Well, I know a five when I know what a five
Oh,
tastes like.
okay.
You see
Okay.
what I'm saying?
That's okay.
Yeah, I know what a
So
five
you
tastes like. There's
okay?
some fives out there that you be like,
Oh,
now this is love. Yeah.
so you
You
know
know
what
that.
then? So the next
Mhm.
time you pick us a wine, since you're picking, you're going to pick us a 5 next time, and then I'm going to say, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's a 6."
There's some fives out there. Fives. That's why I don't even know if I want to rate it a 4.3 because I say four. Just give it four wine glasses. Just four because I just know that there's so many out there, you know what I mean? And there's so many good ones. And then you tell me I pick a five, I can pick a five, but five, five, five cost money.
I got 5 on it. Now you
Okay,
got me singing.
okay. I'm gonna sing it to the Caymans, baby. I'm gonna let you go buy some Caymans, some Caymus. Okay.
Okay,
And
all
that right
right.
there, or some Juan Gill, they got some fives out there. Some. What's my girl name? You know that this black woman. She's a lawyer. She was a lawyer, and she left her life of being a lawyer to be a, a winemaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you told me about her,
hmm
right?
hmm I'm trying to think of the name.
Is
Theopolis.
that the
Theopolis
person who you
Vineyard.
told me she went to
Theopolis
school?
Vineyard. we're gonna order one of her wines, get them delivered, and then we'll be able to try that wine also here, and
Okay,
let
we're
everybody
gonna have to
know
wait
exactly
for it,
what.
right?
Yes. Hmm?
We're gonna have to wait for that wine, right? Didn't you say it was like a long? It's on like back order or something like that. Like we can't just
The
get it.
Theopolis wine? No, not the Theopolis. I don't think the Theopolis wine. I don't know because right now, and who knows what's going on with all these tariffs. But um,
Oh, why'd you have to say that word?
I just don't
That
know. Is
was
what I'm
fun.
saying.
That was relaxed. Now you gonna bring it. Come on, let me listen. Let me.
Yeah, yeah. Don't start sweating. Yeah. Okay, just wait.
You said
Okay, we're gonna get
terrible.
off of here. We're gonna get
I
on
was
off of here.
doing good,
So say
Adrian.
bye to the people. Look at my lips.
Yes,
Say
thank you.
bye to the people, and remember, whatever you do, be Estherant. Bye.
Yes. Bye.